Yeah, what the fuck were those jerseys? Jono, he's my dad saying, what about did Aaron Rodgers fucking design the Steelers outfits? Hey, what's that? Yeah. Oh, he ran out of duct tape. They couldn't even. Yeah, they didn't even have pants. There's a bunch of what's that? Yeah, they look like 22 little Winnie the Poohs out there. You're right, Dad. All right, I
Mm.
love you. I'm with Jono. Yeah, we're gonna go record and oh fuck, we're live. Fuck you, Dad. I hate you. Always did. We do not get along. Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
And I'm Jono Zalay.
Jono, how
I
you doing? Good to
I
see you.
like those jerseys. How dare you?
Wow, that was yes, the Steelers have some kind of new uniform. I'm not a fan, and maybe it affected their game.
How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers in general?
You know what? What is science? I've always been a big fan. He's
I
questioning
mean,
things. Yeah, well, you want to question Nazis, but you can't question science. I didn't go to school for it. So
yeah.
let me guess what it's about. If it keeps
Hmm.
changing, it keeps fucking changing. And by the way, if science keeps changing, then why'd I get an F in it in high school? We don't know. What's Pluto? We don't even fucking know.
Mm-mm. No, no
I
one
don't
can
know.
decide.
Yeah, what do you
I
think
think
about science?
well, I did go to science
You actually,
school.
no
Like, yeah,
exaggeration. Jono
yeah.
is a brain surgeon. He's a or what do you call brain scientist, right?
Yeah, true. I did operate on many brains. They were all rats, but I did get my
Okay,
doctorate in neuroscience, and the data is pretty clear that your team can only win if they're in sharp uniforms.
right.
That's the one science I think even Aaron Rodgers will agree with.
Yeah, Aaron
Um,
Rodgers went, of course, from the Jets to the Steelers. I don't know what they saw in Jets film that the Steelers would go, I'm into this guy. I don't know if he comes cheap or what,
mhm.
the coach just wants to get on Rogan. But yeah, I didn't like it at all. I don't like that he's our quarterback at all, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no, I did love that like this was his like one chance to beat all 32 teams. Like because obviously when you're on a team, you play all 31 of the other ones eventually over a long career. But like this is the first time he had to beat Green Bay from another team, and he blew
Right.
it.
And he
And
blew it. And
like,
you know when he played the Jets this year, that was a revenge game. And
right.
he really did shine out there
Hmm.
because of that. And I guarantee it. And I thought he'd bring the same passion to Green Bay. And they said they interviewed him before the show and said, "Hey, is this a revenge game too? Because we saw something in your eyes last time." And he goes, "No, I was here in Green Bay for so long. This is my friends and family." And there's the problem.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Make him up.
No.
You got to remind him why. Remind him that this city fucked your wife. Like something
Yeah.
before
I'm
you
I'm
go
s-
out there. He didn't care.
yeah. No, you really he like let the better angels of his nature win,
Right.
and you can never do that. Not in this NFL.
But speaking of the Jets, do you think Aaron Rodgers is happy that the Jets still suck?
I don't think anyone, I mean, like, it's like, is he happy that the sky is still blue? Like, what do you mean?
Right. He
Like,
just got in the mix, but the river goes how the river goes.
right, yeah, like it's like, oh, great, yeah, you now acknowledge science that the Jets are
Mhm.
terrible and you want them to ill experience ill will. Um, yes, and I want to also mention, quick disclosure for anyone who is watching me in bed right now. This is not like I'm not lounging. It's not that I do not care.
Okay.
I care
Okay.
so much of this. This is my workstation. I actually work from bed because I have an adjustable bed. It may look
Okay.
like I am in hospice
Yes.
that I am like in this adjustable bed, but I think the real thing that's dying is the regular bed industry because I am
Hmm.
sitting in zero gravity mode. My legs are elevated. My back
Hmm.
is up. Like it feels like I'm working in a hammock the way we all should,
Hmm.
and everyone in like discount code Jono on Casper mattress, adjustable frame. You guys still do ads for them, right?
well, we're sleep number, but I let you go anyway. It's I
Yeah.
can't control the narrative. But I'm glad you said something because yes, the audience is very judgy
No.
and rightly so. So
I'm
good. That
about 45 degrees up right now. I'm not laying down.
fantastic.
Don't
Uh,
sleep on me, you know?
hello. The Jets now, by the way, they won a game. New
Oh,
York
okay.
Jets. They are now 1-7.
All right.
They beat the Bengals.
Oh, right.
What? Uh,
Was that a European game? Like,
No,
If,
I don't think so. I
okay.
think it was just yesterday.
There's
Right, go ahead.
always like one game that like is going at 6 in the morning.
Right. They've been
That's
doing
always
that.
like irritate. You like wake up to check your fantasy roster and they've already played and like there was a surprise injury or something, you
Right.
know.
That'd be a good excuse, I guess. The Bengals are like, oh, xenophobia, we couldn't concentrate. When you're the
Dude,
Bengals and you lose to the Jets, can you have sex for like 3, 4 days? Like, how would I even get it up for real?
I mean, like the Bengals are one of those
And I
teams,
do mean
though.
for real.
Well, I mean, Joe Flacco, also a 40-year-old quarterback, is he getting it up at all? Is the question. Like he's good on like like anyone can be good on the Bengals because they have like good weapons or whatever wide receivers, but like
Right.
the Bengals are one of those teams. Like they love to like beat good teams and lose to bad teams. Like they play up or down to their performance. They're like
Yeah.
really love to humiliate themselves when they can do well.
Yeah. I see Steelers being a team just like that. They really do, yeah, play to the other team.
Mm,
Like, if you give them a bad team, they'll play bad. Like, I'm
right.
trying not to embarrass the other team. But
Do you
yes,
do you
congrats.
feel like the Steelers are a team that like actually is competitive? Like Mike Tomlin's been a coach for what, like
Mike
20
Tomlin
years?
is a goddamn, can we say this in 2025? Fucking pussy. This motherfucker will punt when it means you're definitely gonna lose. You go
Mm,
for an onside kick. You try anything. This guy really is a give up safety motherfucker, and it
okay.
doesn't serve us. And I don't need other teams going, well, at least you had a winning fucking season. I don't compare myself to you. I compare myself to us. And okay, what
Yeah.
every year lately we've been taken to the promised land. Here it is. Can we go in the gate? No, I forgot the ticket.
Hmm.
Take a look at the rides, kids.
Hmm.
Fuck you. Fuck off. Fire him. First of all, fix his fucking eyeballs. I know you think he sees more because they're bulging out like spears, but that doesn't mean you can focus on something. That's like watching a movie in a planetarium. You can't really tell what's actually going on, and it's too much.
Yeah. No, yeah, that is he does have those bug eyes and
And not serving them.
no, like I think you're right. He is like he's a coach that like strikes me as always going to be 10-7 record, something like
Yeah.
that. M Limp into the playoffs, do nothing there. Like he'll like he's like the was it like Hakeem Jeffries of the NFL, where it's like he's going to do just well enough to never win the real thing.
Right there,
Like
yeah. I was gonna say
they'll
I saw a some picture online, and it said it was the start of the season. It said this is the worst the team can do this season, and the best the team can do. So of course, the worst being 0-17, the best being 17-0, and then only the Steelers said 10-7. It's the worst and the best. You know what you're
that's
getting.
yeah, there's is exactly what they are every single year. It is kind of boring. You're right. Like I would love to see them take a risk,
Yeah,
do something, let rise to the occasion, This isn't a time for appeasement.
you get into fantasy football, right?
I do. Yes.
Do you have a favorite team?
I used to I'm from San Diego, hence the hat.
Hmm.
I'm a Potters guy. I used to love the Chargers. That was my favorite team in all of sports, and then they abandoned me. They
Yeah.
moved to Los Angeles, where I also live, but who cares? And so now my favorite team is whoever plays them every week.
Okay, so
I'm all full spite.
see, I never got into fantasy because it would affect me sometimes when
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I'm really only follow the Steelers games. Um, but if I started doing fantasy, I root against myself sometimes because weird shit happens. Like I don't want you to get a touchdown. I need my kicker to do something. If I
Yeah.
played fantasy football, I'd have to put all the Steelers on my fantasy team, and people for some reason they don't like that. They don't think it's fun.
I think that like it's actually better to like not have a team when you're playing fantasy. You're right, like it is hard to root against your own team because like now that my only rule is that I never draft or have roster any Chargers.
Okay.
And like I've won more championships over the last 5 years than I have over the previous like 10.
All
So
right.
it's like if I have those homer things where I draft Philip Rivers every year, even though he was just like average or something, it's tough to root against your own team. My old rule, which you'd think would be better, was never draft Raiders because that was my least favorite team. And like they always underperformed or disappointed. So you'd think that would make me better, but just staying away from the Chargers has led to multiple championships, if you know what I mean.
I not only would I not be good at who I want to put on my fantasy team, I, I'm not good at this. I think I shit talk too much in a group where they talk shit. And I
Yeah.
remember who was it? Nick Turner put me on his fantasy league. I played one time, one year. I got first place, but people didn't want to play with me again because I was shit talking too much. For example, I remember saying to Keith McGurr listeners, I mentioned that I'm a huge Steelers fan, and so a listener happened to be a female. I don't know if this matters. Uh, Wrote and said, "Oh, let's say I'm into whoever, picks a team and so starts like online. We start to think we're going to shit talk each other because she heard I do that." And then she goes, "I'm coming for you." This is over Twitter at the time. And I'm like, and then there's like an interception, a pick six. And I go, "Oh, what happened? I missed it. I was in the bathroom. What just happened?" Ha 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 ha. Oh, don't worry. They're replaying it. And then the person wrote back, "Wow, I thought it'd be like some light ribbing, but you're an asshole." I'm like, forget it. Fucking forget it.
No one can handle the truth anymore, you know? They
But
love to
like, was that
pretend.
really too much?
No,
Thank you.
no. You know, comedy is legal again. That's what I keep hearing.
That's right. Oh no. Oh
You
boy.
know, but I agree. Like as soon as Charlie Kirk gets shot, I make a bunch of jokes about it in my fantasy football group chat, and now I'm the bad guy. I'm
Right.
standing up for all of his principles about saying whatever you want, no matter who it hurts. And then all of a sudden, like that's a bad thing? Oh,
My head's on a swivel.
yeah. Like I can't keep up with these people.
What do you want? Just some good faith debate. I'm saying.
Yeah, you know? I'm here.
I'm asking. Fuck him.
Yeah, right? You know? I mean, he was, the only person whose death I laughed at proved me wrong.
Prove me wrong. The Do you follow the what's going on with gambling in the NBA? The FBI. The FBI is looking into the NBA
Hmm.
for high ups and players cheating in
Hmm.
games that they placed bets on, even if it's against themselves. And now you look back at, and some of these names are out, and you look back at them playing.
Hmm.
It's so fucking obvious. They all but fucking hand the ball to the other team and shake their hand. It's
Yeah.
these people that they don't even look at you and they can dribble the ball around you better than the Harlem Globetrotters. And these guys are just doing like lazy passes to the other team, and it's so fucking obvious. And then I'm hearing, is it NBA that college teams can bet on pro, and the
Oh,
whole thing's
interesting.
so
I mean,
fucked up in
that's
general that to me this is one more thing that's it doesn't seem right, but I don't know.
I mean, this is what happens when like the entire like all of sports really is just like caved to gambling, which
Right.
like, it was fine when it was just fantasy like within, you betting against your
House.
friends or never.
Right.
But now, yeah, like but now that you're bet there's a house rule like and like of course like the the NBA is about to move a team to Vegas, I'm sure, like the
Right.
expansion teams that are going to happen. Like so like it's the NBA or basketball is the easiest sport to fix because like individual players can alter their stats so easily. Yeah, like you said, turnovers and
Right.
whatever, like minutes played. Um, of course they, like it's just there's been whole movies about this. Like there's been our previous gambling scandals. That was just on refs. Now like the players can alter their prop bets. It's like all just for the gambling is gambling and AI are the only two things keeping up our economy right now. So like
Right.
it's you can't like be allow this level of gambling and not think that there's going to be the players that might benefit.
Do the regular fan care? Like, let's say they're a regular fan, but you're an NBA fan, like you really follow, I guess.
Here's
Do they
what
give a shit?
I do care that players would gamble on their games they can affect,
Right.
but like there's no player out there who's going to like over the course of a season tank the season. Like there might be a game where like, oh, they're already going to lose by 20. We'll lose by 25 now because I'll miss a few extra shots or something like that. Like I don't think any player is like missing a slam dunk in the finals to like win their team a championship. So I don't think it's going to affect level of play overall. And
Right.
the NBA does have a lot of parity. Like one thing I hate about baseball is like they don't have, salary caps, so they can just buy Otani and like win a five World Series in a row. Like there's going to be a new NBA champion every year because like there is just it's just how the league is set up. It's a little bit better, even though, players can apparently and fuck everyone over. It doesn't affect the overall quality. Like I'm still gonna watch the NBA and think it's a genuine, matchup. Like I don't feel like it's wrestling where they're just faking it to make money.
Would you gamble on NBA with this news out, or have you just that's not your thing
I
anyway?
I don't do sports gambling because
Okay,
like of the aforementioned, like it's all kind of a scam and the house wins and that sort of shit. If I was into basketball enough to do fantasy basketball, which there's too many games per week,
right.
I couldn't do it. But yeah, I still yeah, I'm still an NBA fan. I'm just not gonna gamble on sports, period.
I remember the way I saw it, people didn't care about steroids in baseball. And I remember asking this, way back when on Keith and the Girl to people that were sports fans. I put
Hmm.
a poll up at people that were baseball fans specifically. They didn't give a shit about steroids, which is funny, neither here nor there.
Right.
Transgender is your problem, but you didn't have a
Right.
problem with fucking
The only
steroids.
hormones they care about are the
Right.
ones
Right.
of
That's
people changing their
that,
gender.
that's not something deeper.
Yeah.
The we talked about you being a, neuroscientist, and I remember we talked about this when you were on Keith and the Girl about 10 years ago. Jono, if you recall, he roommates with Jesse Joyce at the time.
Hmm.
Studied addiction in rats, namely cocaine. And just real quick, remind me again, what did you learn by giving mice cocaine? That people abuse good stuff?
Oh, rats love cocaine, as one would
Mm.
guess. It's I don't
It
recommend
turns out they
cocaine.
like it.
Yeah, like it's like, nothing, very few things that a rat likes we should, don't follow the crowd like these
Right.
rats taking
I
cocaine and
see.
get addicted.
Rats
Um
like cocaine. They also like pizza dipped in shit. Don't be a rat.
they live in the sewers with the Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Uh no, yeah, cocaine, I would say stay away from it if you can, if at all possible. That's
Yeah.
you don't know what
How
it's
much did
laced
that
with.
project cost?
Um Great question. I
Stay
think that
away from it.
the grant that I got to study cocaine in graduate school, you're gonna be a little alarmed. Don't get Elon on me. Cost like a
Uh-huh.
million and a half bucks over several years though. So like the whole time I was in grad school, I was making like, because they don't tell you this in in high school, but like when you go to a PhD program in science, like you get not only your tuition waived, but they'll give you like $25,000 a year. At least they did in like 2006 to 12 or whatever. So I was making, entry level income on a grant that was paying for the cocaine I was testing, which was like $1 million.
Did they did they do weird shit? They would just eat more cheese. Would they fuck?
They would develop like we'd put rats in like the little chambers where they could press a button for cocaine. So they were taking it themselves in a way where
Right.
they'd be fed cocaine.
They
And
and then you're taking notes. They press the button again
yeah, they
and
did
again.
like it.
They
Um,
did like it.
they did. They were a fan. But they were
You
like
should
the
do
thing.
your next one should be one on cupcakes. Oh, the rat's like this. Interesting.
It did really give me a decent amount of insight into social media. You know how we're all addicted to our phones and
Right.
like keep scrolling or whatever. It's like there's the way to get you. This is like how I want to explain it to you. Is like there's a thing called a variable reward ratio or schedule where like, if a rat knows it can press like a lever 5 times and it gets a hit of cocaine, it'll be like, oh great, I'll just do that whenever I want one. But like if you switch it up where sometimes it gets a reward
Sometimes
every
they
20
just
times or
sometimes they
every.
take the rat's money, but they don't show up with the cocaine.
Right, exactly. So
Okay.
like it's not just a like straight up pay for cocaine situation. It has to work for it. If you
Okay.
make it work for it, like sometimes it's only 5 times, sometimes it's 25, sometimes it's 50 times. If you make it a little bit scarce where like you don't know when the next hit is coming, they will always be looking for it. And that's kind of how social media works, where like they're going to give you those dopamine hits just enough to keep it so you're always scrolling, always posting, trying to get like, like they'll put make one of your posts go viral, and then like maybe the next one goes viral. Now you're addicted. Now
Mm.
you're always looking to post so that you can add to their content machine.
Like their algorithm is
Their
deliberately fucking up your
Yes, like their algorithm is
views, etc.
fine-tuned on every neural mechanism for addiction.
Oh man, what if you got like a couple rats and gave them a phone? You think we can learn more from that? Well,
Yeah,
well, I guess,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
of course. I
What
mean,
by the way, you're married now. Congrats
I
that you have
am.
meaning in your
Thank
life.
you.
What does your wife do?
She works in nonprofits. So do I, if you know what I
Oh,
mean, comedy.
I mean, we're the same, honey. You just have to leave the house
Yes,
sometimes.
exactly. Her tax forms are a little less complicated. Yeah, she works for the Braille Institute.
Braille Institute.
Yes, like the blind
Yeah.
bumps and everything. So blind and low vision people, she helps them raise money.
She ever sneak a funny word in or something like little 6 7?
She d- she doesn't know Braille yet, but
Okay.
it takes a while to learn, but we'll get there.
What does she do that?
She writes grants and
Oh, okay.
but yeah, she formerly worked
She
for her
didn't give
mom.
you your grant, right?
No,
Back in the day. Okay.
no, not federally funded.
All
That
right.
was that
Just
RFK, those RFK bucks.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Actually, you know what's funny? Like RFK, when I was in graduate school for drug abuse, he was like a huge advocate. He'd be at all the conferences where I was presenting my research because he was like a big like I was like, oh, we need to study drug abuse stuff. So
Kennedy
because he
was.
Kennedy was a former drug addict, and he was
Right.
like, I'm a science advocate now. I'm going to advocate for drug abuse research. Unfortunately, he was like, now that I'm in the science game, what if I also got into some fake science?
Right.
Him and Aaron Rodgers played,
Right.
little who can damage our brain the most. And now he's off the deep end and defunding actual science and throwing it at like ivermectin.
Do you think it'd be romantic if you learned Braille and then like surprise her somehow? But I don't know how you'd surprise her because she can't test you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just like instead of learning Braille, I'm just popping out of nowhere that she can't see,
Right.
and then it's just scaring her the way that blind people have to constantly be scared, and that way we share that empathy.
I've seen online. This is some time ago. Maybe you still do it. Your driver's license. I
Hmm.
don't know if you'd say prank or what, but you'll dress up like a fucking. We'll put this at keithandthegirl.com, but as a ridiculous fucking Fu Manchu mustache, beard and mustache. What are some of the ways you dressed up?
So in the past, I do a character for every driver's license and passport. My latest driver's license, you know those Elizabethan collars they wear, like the ruffles around,
Yes.
like the Shakespeare ones, like when
Yeah.
everyone the Shakespeare times looks like they've just got in a car accident, but like fancier,
All the female
those.
ghosts wear it.
Yeah, yeah. And then I wore that and full Elizabethan Shakespeare garb and did a funny swirly mustache, so I looked like a, you know, Shakespeare dandy. Um,
I see one, cornrows and then the little,
right,
what do you call
little
that?
flavor
Mustache by the
saver.
chin, the flavor
Yeah,
saver. Yeah, these are awesome to me.
thank you. Yeah, I like the TSA doesn't always like them, but
I say I don't even know, but it's worth it to you. Like it's not
oh
like isn't life
yeah,
hassle enough? The border patrol, the state trooper.
you know what's great?
You don't look like this. You're saying yeah, here's my card, and somehow I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, so like for instance, my last passport, I dressed with like a little like a swerp those like gondola shirts they have like the in France and Italy, like the white and black striped ones.
I can picture it, I guess.
Whatever, yeah, yeah. So I wore that with like a little another swirly mustache, whatever, and like a handkerchief around my neck. So I looked like
Okay,
very French, like
I see.
obscenely French, where it's like I'm just posing. I'm like basically dressed as a Frenchman for Halloween, but like that's on my passport photo.
Right.
And I was like going through Montreal, which is the French part of Canada, and like the
There's a
TSA.
baguette in your hand, and you're trying to
Yeah,
get it into a
yeah,
headshot.
yeah. If you imagine what a Frenchman smells, I had that look on my face. Um, so I, went through, TSA through inter customs really, internationally, and like the good thing is like even though the TSA or customs agent was like, I'm surprised they let you have this photo
Right.
on an international passport. The cool thing is it is me, and they have software now. Those, like when you go through an airport, they take a picture of you. It's just to see your facial features. So like even
Mm.
if they don't like that I have a snooty attitude on my passport, they can't do anything about it.
And no
Like they
matter how you fuck up your face, the computer can still
yeah, like
recognize.
they exactly because it's still like I'm not altering anything on my actual face.
Right.
Like, it's not like I had a nose job or anything. I My dad, on the other hand, he did used to wear fake teeth, which is a little
So
bit of
this is like an homage to him every time
yes.
you do it. He
Yeah,
would
my dad, he started this trend in the 70s. Like he started taking silly ID
trend.
photos in the 70s. Yeah, it's viral now. Everyone's hashtag silly photos on your IDs. He started it in my family, and then so my brother and I started doing it when we were of age.
What's an example of one he did?
My dad?
Yeah.
Oh, he cut his beard into mutton chops, those Ambrose Burnsides, and he went as a Civil War general.
Okay. With fake teeth and everything.
Yep.
Good for him. And good for
Yeah.
you. But no, it's never gotten you hassled just driving on the highway.
I've gotten like the good thing, like even people with shitty cop jobs or authority jobs, like most of them still have a soul and can
Really?
laugh at it. Like I get
Okay.
more laughs than I ever get in trouble for. Like they're, mostly it's like who it is like women of color. They see it and they laugh. Like
Okay.
because they still have a soul. Like these like Nazi cop types are like, "Meh, I'm so mad about this, but I have to let you through because it's you."
Right.
So
Like you're making fun of their job, right?
right, yes,
Yeah.
I'm belittling their authority, whereas
Right.
like people who are just happen to be an authority but still human beings, they laugh at it. I get like 90% laughs, 5% don't care, 5% are mad about it.
And your wife never gets upset at the airport, like she just knows she has to wait a couple extra minutes, like, ah, his fucking joke. It's
Well, listen,
hilarious.
she doesn't have pre-check or global entry yet, so like I get to go through a little bit faster so that when I do get
Oh,
held up, she makes up. It's
it
like,
evens
like I
out.
give myself that window where
Okay.
like, in the 10 minutes extra it takes her to get through the line, we're at even.
How did you mentioned in the by the way, you have a new special coming out. Uh
Yes.
I
Thank you.
got an early copy, but I don't know it's excellent. Congrats.
Thank you.
Do you have a name for it?
I do. It is called Beat Life to Death.
Okay.
And it's basically based like the name is based on like the grifter self-help genre of like books and like how
Mm,
to hack your life
right.
and do all these things to improve your life that are completely nonsense and arbitrary versions to give money to liars.
You mentioned in the special how sweet your wife is. She runs a charity for God's
Hmm.
sakes. She's so
Hmm.
polite. She won't even put her seat back on an airplane.
That's true.
Do you ever tell her like, "Hey, it's your birthday"? Fucking go for it.
Yeah, get yourself a couple extra inches to recline.
Does she get so? I have a question about these weirdos. No offense, that they won't put their seat back, but do they get offended when the person in front of them puts their seat back?
I wouldn't speak for all of them, but like probably. Like they probably are annoyed by that, but like the kind of people who wouldn't put it back themselves are just like, I'm already a martyr. So like
Right.
this is like the lot I have taken in life. I will
Oh,
take this burden and I'll be annoyed at the other person for making me suffer, but I'm going to take that suffering and just not say anything.
do you guys do like high low at the end of the day? It's like, well, the high was I let everybody do whatever the fuck they want, and I didn't impede. And the low was I got a chair in my fucking face. My back was uncomfortable. Yeah, go back. Does she get upset specifically if somebody does their seat back, or she's okay?
No, I mean, like, it's their right to. I think she
Yes.
acknowledges it's their right. She's choosing not to be rude to anyone else, potentially. Like, I have no problem doing it
Isn't
because,
that funny? So you guys will be
yeah,
sitting next to each other, and you'll go,
yeah.
good for you."
I
Hey,
mean, like,
baby, do you want
yeah.
a soda?
Hmm. No, I mean, like, I occasionally will exercise my right as a tall man. She's a tall woman. She still doesn't do it. But yeah, I'm 6'3". I gotta
Oh
recline
wow.
occasionally.
Wow. You got married. This was during the pandemic.
It was during the pandemic. 2021, so towards the end of it, but still like not everyone was gathering indoors yet. So we accommodated that by making them we like everyone saw this on social media, like a bunch of people gathered in a park, like it's not in a big formal
Right.
hall. So like we decided to have ours outside, um where we could just like kind of share our vows informally.
Right.
And
By the way, did you live together during the pandemic,
we
during the
moved in
height?
together right at the beginning of the pandemic. That's like kind of how we because we were dating for like a year before the
Okay.
pandemic started, and then like it was getting serious, and then the pandemic hit. And it was like, well, we might as well live in it, create our own little bubble.
Yeah. That's a
And
good
then
test, right?
it is, yeah,
Do
yeah,
you think
yeah.
it sped things up? Like, the
Absolutely. Like so like the
ultimate,
year
yeah.
yeah, like the year we were together in the pandemic felt like 3 years because like we were spending that much time with each other.
Yeah.
And so it like kind of put things in perspective. It's the same like I feel like everyone who was in a relationship either got divorced or broke up or got
Yeah.
married. Like it was
I
like one
see
of
that
those
too.
like make or break. It's like that crucible of like, oh, if you can handle this, you can handle anything.
Do you propose for real? Are you in character? How does Jono propose?
I thought about the different ways because I like a fun bit, but I also like I'm super anti public proposal, and like thankfully like during the pandemic no one's going public anyway.
I
But I was
agree, but why don't you like it? Because it's too much pressure, or
it's
who
it's
gives a shit?
yes. Of course, like unless you already have planned it out and like know the answer is yes, and you want like they're kind of in on the celebration of it, like to put that kind of major life decision on someone and do it
Right.
in front of others. So we're like you're making it you're peer pressuring someone
Yeah.
into you're bullying someone into saying yes to like save face to make not it an awkward scene in
Right.
public, which is I feel like very manipulative. And it's just an awful thing to do.
Agreed.
But although where Jesse Joyce proposed.
Yeah, the museum. No,
No, no, he
that's
did
that
it
was
in
the
the
marriage.
middle. He did it in the middle of the desert. Like he
Oh,
like he did it in the middle of the Arizona desert, and like that's like the opposite version of that, where it's like that's not good either. Where like he proposed to his wife where there was not another human for hundreds of miles, which is like the other kind of manipulation, where it's like, oh, there's there's a hole right next to you in this desert, and there's also a ring in my hand. Make your choice. Which one do
right,
you want
right.
to have on you
I
forever?
have the car, so you
Yeah,
decide.
yeah. It's like, yeah, make sure, you don't get left in this desert in a hole. But the way I did it is we had a dog together, who sadly passed away this year, but he was an
Yep.
old dog. We also adopted him during the pandemic as every ethical millennial does. We rescued an older infirmed dog
Sure.
to make us sad. But we got the dog, and she explicitly said like I don't want to have a dog together with you until we're like engaged or married, because like otherwise, if we ever break up, like that's
Hmm.
awful, like you don't want to fight over custody, that kind of thing. But we ended up finding a dog that we fell in love with so much. So it was like, oh, let's just get this dog. We can't just, let this dog go on having a unchill life at this shelter.
Right.
So we have the dog, and I got a name tag made, a custom name tag made for the dog that said, "Will you marry me?" on it. And so I put the ring and the dog tag on the dog so that he and I could ask together,
Oh
if she would
no,
marry
but
him.
did she think at first she was going to marry the dog?
On the other side of the tag,
Not me.
it says from Jono, not Larry, our dog's
Okay,
name.
good. Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you mention in the album that the dog loved your wife so much more?
Oh yeah. No, we initially bonded, of course, as every dog, if you're a dog person, you get along with dogs. And it was great. But like him and my wife would like he would gladly walk over my dying corpse to like give her a little cuddle. Whereas
Right.
like if I just wanted like to give him some water, he's like whatever. Um, and so yeah, like he definitely like was fine with me, which is great. But like he and my wife were best buds. He would like, you know, occasionally, because he's an old dog, and like when you fall asleep and you're an old dog and like you disturb, sometimes you nip at someone. Like he nipped at me all the time out of asleep, just out of
Right.
instinct. He never once did that for her. Like he knew, like deep down, he's like, oh, if I get touched in a certain way from this angle, I am not biting this person, but I will absolutely bite the guy sleeping next to her.
I do remember having a dog when I was seeing a woman, and it's our dog, and we had some kind of argument or whatever. We're both sitting there crying next to each other, and the dog starts licking her tears, and I'm like, "What the? I walk you, I feed you, I." Interesting. I'm like, Hugsy,
Yeah.
she's playing it up.
Yeah. Listen, they say man's best friend, but they really mean women's best
I
friend.
think you're right, but
Uh,
man, aren't dogs the not to make you cry? Aren't dogs the fucking coolest? And that they can really communicate with you. That like I'll be, walking my dog when I had the dog as a puppy at first, and I didn't study anything on dog training or watch anything on TV, but if I lead the dog to the left as we're walking, the dog's in front, of course, the dog, I say left, and then if I lead it to the right, I'd say right. Next thing you know, we're going straight. I'm not Ouija boarding anything, and I'm like left, and the dog starts going left, and I'm like, I know you didn't hear it as left, but you heard the sound difference between left and right, and you did that? That's fucking crazy. Then I come home and you're chewing up toilet paper all over the fucking kitchen. Who are you all of a fucking sudden? And by the
yeah.
way, I walk in and I'm just amazed that there's, because it's the first time having a dog, that there's toilet paper all over the fucking house. And I just look at the dog, and the dog gives this look like, oh, I fucked up. And I'm like, I didn't take you to daycare to learn that attitude. I've never fucking yelled at you. I'm more shocked than anything. You know what you did wrong. And not
hmm
only do you know what you did wrong, you did it for such a long time. If if you only did it for 20 minutes, that's 7 times 20 minutes. You were chewing up toilet paper for over 2 fucking hours. And now you know left and right. Anyway, my point is they're amazing, they're smart, but yes, you do have to keep an eye on
I mean, do you ever think, Keith, maybe you shouldn't leave a delicious treat like toilet paper out?
them. Like toilet paper on the toilet paper roll in the
Yeah.
bathroom. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's like you would be sued for, I forget what it's called, but like a attractive, like, people unable to help themselves around this kind of
Right.
endangerment.
Entrapment. Right.
Yes.
Right. And then you get so mad, and then they're like, okay, about puppy tongue kisses. I'm like, okay, I'm white. We do that. All right.
Gross.
All right.
Would your dog sleep in your bed with you?
N- no, no, but sometimes we would let the dog on the bed if we're like playing with the dog,
Oh, okay.
which
Yeah.
we shouldn't have encouraged.
Right.
Yeah.
We like part of the reason we got this enormous adjustable cow king size bed was because like Larry slept between us on the bed, where it's like
Yeah.
we need to give him some space too. So like we're upgrading our bed now because our dog wants to sleep next to us.
Oh, it's almost like a joke. They think it's their
Oh yeah.
bed now and their
Oh yeah.
pillow. And oh,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. That's encroachment.
Mm-hmm.
Come on
Mm-hmm.
now. So you got married outside
I
with
did.
just some friends.
Uh
You mentioned you guys were going to keep it low key, and then as a
mhm.
joke, you said, "Hey, what if we all wear me and my best men's we wear tracksuits?"
Right.
And you're just being stupid. And your wife,
Yeah.
you're made for each other. She goes, "Fuck yeah, that's awesome."
Yes, she like has an excellent sense of humor. She was all in on this. She like loved leaning into it. And so yeah, I got these like very formal Adidas tracksuits that are, the black and white, kind of like a tuxedo would be.
Uh,
Um
yeah.
we think there's no problem. We go to a park in our neighborhood, which is beautiful. We then are starting our vows. My dad is officiating. My dad who we consider him our religious not he's not religious at all, but he's the has the most authority as someone
Okay.
who's silly like me, where it's like if he's gonna dress like a Civil War general, he can dress like a priest to marry us.
Right.
So he's there, he's beginning
He
this
goes, you go, hey,
ceremony.
what if you dress like a priest? And he goes, I have the outfit.
He actually like he wore a black and white Hawaiian shirt with a little like priest dicky, like you like
Yeah.
buy just the collar
Yes.
rather than the thing. Yeah, we
Right.
got one of those for him. And so he begins our vows ceremony, and 30 seconds into it, six cops surrounded us and like
God damn.
basically broke up the wedding and was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're not allowed to just be in the park, I guess."
And he goes,
Well,
"Do you have, first of all, I'm going to need ID before we start this
yeah.
conversation." You're like, "Oh, fuck."
Uh-oh. Now I've really set myself up for failure. Um, but yeah, like we learned later that the this is Barnsdall Park. It's like kind of a famous art park in LA. And while it is open to the public, it also has a bunch of like museums and Frank Lloyd Wright buildings in it
Okay.
that are like whatever fancy, so they have a little extra security. So we're still allowed in there. We're still in a public-ish
Right.
park. But we because of the Frank Lloyd Wright building behind us, they were like saying like, "Oh, you're not allowed to be here and take pictures."
Well, you can see
And
we're dressed up in track suits, and I have a
right,
priest in a Hawaiian shirt. We're kind of not fucking around with pictures of the building.
right, yeah. Like at no point were we here to take a photo with the building. You know, we're
Right.
not like putting our armor on the building, and say like, "Look at me and my best friend."
I've known this
Uh,
building for years.
yeah, yeah. And even had like a excuse because we were dressed in tracksuits. Like it was like, oh, we're just doing our wedding rehearsal, you know, like even though it
Uh,
looks like we're doing our wedding, because it was on a Friday, like, you know, we think like, oh,
because
maybe
a
this
wedding
date's
would
the
sound like a lie too. Like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it was just like, oh, we're just doing our wedding rehearsal. We'll do this at a formal venue tomorrow, or whatever. They wouldn't even accept that. They wouldn't even let
hmm.
12 people stand in a park and say, 3 minutes of vows to each other before we got kicked out. So we got kicked out.
I like, by the way, I like that you brought up. So she said, yeah, tracksuits would be funny. We're like, okay, then. And you know
Yeah.
what? We'll get married in the courtyard, our courtyard. And you go, well, I mean, I'm still wearing a suit. I think we
Right,
can go
exactly.
somewhere fancier. So they kick
Right.
you out. Now you got to go to the courtyard after all.
Yes.
The very
She,
first thing when you're
yeah.
married, she
Like thirty
wins.
thirty seconds in, she's already winning arguments because she had suggested us be in the courtyard before. Uh, and I said, no, let's go to this park. And of course, we get kicked out, and I look like an asshole. It's like striking out in your first at bat as a wedding thing. But like the specific, law we were violating, I guess, was taking pictures in this courtyard or in this park with the fancy building behind it. And the cop said we weren't allowed to do this, but we did. Um, Despite that, get a photo that is now framed next to our bed. Here it is. If you
Oh,
for those
nice. With the
looking,
cup.
yeah, like the cop is breaking up our wedding, and that is like the framed photo of our wedding in our bedroom.
And literally the cop
Oh,
saying
there it
what?
is.
Don't take pictures?
Yeah, he's saying like as he's standing in front of a Frank Lloyd Wright building, he's saying you're not allowed to take Frank Lloyd Wright building photos. And my wife is cackling. My dad is looking confused, and I'm pissed off because I'm now he's causing me to go 0 and 1.
Right, right.
Uh, uh,
Do me a favor. Send me that picture later. I'll put it at
I will.
keithandgirl.com
Yeah, yeah,
also for those not on YouTube.
yeah.
Um, how is it going so far?
Oh, it's great. I love being married. It's we the part of that whole being through the pandemic. You ups and downs as every relationship has. Like it's nice to have like been through something that you know each other and your values, and that you're able to sort through everything.
You're not religious, it sounds like,
No,
and she's not either.
correct.
Is Do you bring that up on a first date? Is it did she hear stand up and it's understood?
Yeah, I mean, like that's the tricky thing about being a stand-up and dating someone is like you often will either at least have videos or audio or albums out. Like you have publicly available
Yeah.
material they can and should find. Like the way you would Google someone you're going on a date with as a woman for your own safety, like not only for your safety, but like do I approve of this guy's content is a
Yes.
is a real question that women
It
have to ask
it
themselves.
was I think it's a blessing to me and anybody I date that I do Keith and the Girl, and that my girlfriend heard me there first. I'm like, good, saves a lot
Yeah.
of fucking time.
Yeah.
I don't gotta start with my dad on date one because you already get
Mm-hmm.
it, you know.
Yeah. No, imagine like you start dating someone and like they're you're engaged and then their first appearance is on Joe Rogan and they have to pretend they hate vaccines and then you're like,
Right,
"Oh, you're a spineless coward who
right,
is hastening the downfall of society." No, yeah, so she could tell from all the stuff I'd already
yeah.
published, previous albums, check them out as well. In addition to Life to Death, there's Snake Oil and Midnight Oil. So yeah, she listened to my album before we got engaged.
Good.
Early on, where like we
Yeah.
were, you know.
I don't need my girlfriend going, "Who are you? Who am
Yeah.
I?" This is on you. You know who I am, baby.
Yeah.
Speaking of about politics and religion, I love this point that you brought up. People saying how trans people aren't really into it; they just want attention. It's like, do you know all the things you have to do? You're implying this, but all the things
Yeah,
that a
yeah.
trans person has to do to change their lives. They have to do all that for what do you think they want out of it if it's fake? To be a free range English tutor? You say
Right.
like that's why I want to correct everybody's. You said you know what? No matter how you feel about gender, everyone hates grammar.
Yep.
In fact, you bring up if you there are people that are into grammar are compared to Nazis. That and we don't even say Nazi anymore. Now we say white nationalist, but grammar Nazi. So no, trust me, these people are the real deal that take the time to publicly say that they're a transgender person.
Yeah.
You talk about being a writer for TV, and you mentioned yeah, you'd write for some comedy shows, but after that, it seems people are more interested in true crime and scandals, and you write for those shows.
Yeah. No, that's the only greenlit television programming anymore is true crime documentaries.
Which is funny that people aren't into jury duty. Do
Right.
they not want the rejection? Like you're in the fucking show
I
now.
know. It's true crime fantasy camp. I'm trying to rebrand jury duty as a way to engage in true crime. You get to be like while you're sitting at home watching these murderers like, go free basically. It's like you could have been on that jury.
Right. There's a
Like
chance.
you care now when you're watching it on TV. You could have been there. You're instead of ripping up your jury summons or like pretending, you hate Chinese people, you're
Right.
in the courtroom to get out of it. Like you should be
Right.
signing up. You should be saying, I love all the government and law enforcement stuff. Like get on that jury.
Do you make a new resume to work for one of those types of shows, or are they like, "No, we need a little comedy in this Stormy Daniels abuse case"?
Right. Yeah. So I did write for the Stormy Daniels documentary. And it was because I knew that like I wrote comedy sketches for like one true crime show in like 2018 and like all the subsequent documentary stuff I did I was like, oh, we need someone to write for a documentary, but also someone who has a sense of humor and like can write for it. So it's like it is like kind of how my whole resume morphed from that.
Like,
Whereas
like they
like
think you'll be able to make like orange tiny dick Cheeto puns and shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm not going to just call him an orange dick, shiny, tiny
I have an
Cheeto
art.
guy. Like I have a whole portrait I can paint with these
Right.
unscripted true crime verite scenes.
If
You'll
you
you'll
hear
you'll
this
I won't write that he's a tiny dick Cheeto. I'll show you, I'll show you with this scene.
poetry, right? You mentioned when you're working on the Stormy Daniels specific, excuse me, specific documentary, uh, that like you're an HR meeting. It's like, all right, folks. Normally, it's not okay to watch porn at work. All right, but in this case, there's like, did that really happen?
Oh yeah, that absolutely like because it was like the most like weird, like bizarro like HR meeting where it's like when you're watching porn at work, here's how you need to behave.
Right,
Because like it was like there was not only like the porn stuff, but like all this because like, Stormy Daniels, she's a mouthy broad, as she would say. Like
right,
she like is saying a lot of saying some things that would get her in trouble in HR if she had a
right.
boss or whatever. So we have to comb through all of this footage to find stuff for the documentary.
But what do you have to find in porn?
Well, I mean, we
Like,
had to
I
find
believe it.
scenes. Yeah, like we had to comb through some of her porn scenes to like show her past history without like being graphic. It's like as we like, show
Right.
these like, penetration shots, we have to like find the lead in where she's behind the camera directing even.
But
Like
meanwhile, you're fuzzing out this shit, right?
oh yeah, like we don't we're seeing the
Right.
raw footage and then we're making is like here's where we can edit where it's just her
Back.
face and
Okay.
not like her getting completely covered in DNA.
You've seen those things where it's online where it's like food porn. They just
Hmm.
take actual porn and they substitute like a submarine sandwich for a dick, and this woman just loves
Yeah,
submarine
yeah,
sandwiches. That's what you guys should have done. Do so you're not I like to picture people in the editing booth being like, how tiny can we make the fuzz thing? Like how small can the
yeah.
black bar be? What can we get away with?
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, there's some spicy footage out there.
Do did you ever get hard doing
No,
research?
no, no.
It's
This
you're
is
too
we're
yes.
having very elevated conversations about
Okay.
art. You know, it's like,
Okay.
oh, the lighting in this scene is better than the lighting in that scene. So we're always that's the that HR took care of us, you know.
Right.
They knew what we should be focusing on and they made it clear. It's like, you know, don't talk about the throbbing dicks you're gonna see. Talk about the narrative structure that this
Right.
scene will enhance.
I mean, I think it was one of the first times we talked. You were went to jury duty, right? You were picked.
Oh yeah, no, it was fascinating. Like that, I think everyone should have to serve on a jury to like see how the justice system is broken. You know,
Right.
like you see like the other people that are on juries, and you want to be like, oh, these people can't be making decisions.
Right.
Like if you're a you know rational person, you should want to have a say in our justice system. That's the whole problem I have with it. Is like I should get more say in it.
Oh, you should. It should say, "Hey, it's open to you."
Yeah,
But then you
like
got.
you.
But wouldn't you get like wackos, like people that follow the Grateful Dead around the world 18,000 times? Like, wouldn't you? Like these people that would be too into it.
Right. Well, you don't want like the super fans in there alone. Like you need to have a wide cross
Right.
section of people who are on juries. Otherwise, you will have just the nutcases
Right.
who will believe, you know, someone crying on the stand rather than the physical evidence.
Right. But what's the alternative?
Well, I mean, it's like the alternative is what currently exists is just like it's so easy to get out of jury duty.
Right. And
So
it's go ahead.
yeah, like it's just like everyone um on the last year I served on, like, you know, they went through 50 people who was like, ah, my job,
Oh, right,
I gotta
right,
go to work, and everyone's using this like I gotta go to work as an excuse to get out. I was like, I didn't realize everyone loved their goddamn
right,
job so much. You
right.
love your job. People are going to work like a nerd. Like you get to go to this true crime fantasy camp for like a week.
So you're just saying you should want to be there.
Yeah, you should want to be there. And like in California, a lot of companies do this. I don't think it's a nationwide thing yet, but like you get paid time off to go to jury duty. Like
Right,
that should be a law that like every company that, you know, so that you're not, it's not a financial hardship if you miss your job for a week. You get to
right,
go have a say in the justice system. You see how it works. You see what lawyers say in real time. You know, like it's not just the SVU version of it. It's
right,
like you see what the arguments they're making and how bullshit they are and like how whatever. So you get to see how the justice system works rather than, you know, the people who can't get out of jury duty are forced to like kind of begrudgingly like, ah, I don't know what I'm doing.
right. I see. I see. Where'd you go for your what was your case? What were your cases?
Oh, so the first one I was on when I was still living in Queens was the it was a um what's it called? Like a traffic accident. It was both of them
Okay.
were civil cases. They were not criminal, so no one was going to jail. It was just like if you're getting sued, how much money would do you get and everything. And everyone in the Queens one, like I was this is the most infuriating position to be in. I was an alternate juror.
Okay.
So like I was listening to the case from the jury box, but like when they went into the room to deliberate after a few days of arguments, I didn't get a say in it. Like I didn't get to
Were you
vote.
there? Did you watch though? And be
No,
like, you're so
I couldn't even
stupid.
be in the room.
Okay.
But like the verdict they came out with was to like the only thing in this case was like a rich white lady on Long Island got in a car accident. She was suing the, you know, young man who's I think of Middle Eastern descent or whatever. She cried on stage, or I call it
Right.
stage,
Sure,
in
sure.
in the jury or whatever, the witness
Right.
stand. She was like, "I was so sad he hit me going through this intersection." When like if you looked at where her car was hit, it was so clear it was her fault.
Right.
Like she pulled in front of him going through yellow light or whatever,
Okay.
and like where her car was hit, where her car ended up after the accident, like every bit of physical evidence showed that she was wrong, but because she cried on the stand, they gave her like the maximum you could give in like a civil suit. So this poor guy who was like up there pissed off the whole time, rightfully so,
Right.
like gave off the vibes where it's like we don't trust this, young Middle Eastern man. We trust this crying white lady. Uh
Yeah.
and and so they gave her a ton of money, um, which was complete injustice. I would have flipped it the other way around and given it to the other guy because she
Right.
basically caused the accident.
And also how racist I'm realizing New
Oh,
York City is.
oh, absolutely.
They,
Yeah.
they have who might be a mayor, a Muslim, and that's how people are saying it. Like everybody forgets 9/11. Here's a picture of Statue of Liberty with a burqa on it. That's what they want. Like what? We could just say this now. What the
Yeah,
fuck? He
I
happens to be
know.
Muslim.
Right.
This
No,
isn't
it's
this isn't the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. This guy's in New York City. He happens to be Muslim. What the fuck?
yeah, it's real bad. And like, yeah, if you think the justice system is racist, there's a way to correct that. Be on a jury. Like,
Right.
if there's someone that's prosecuting a brown person just because they were brown and the cop was clearly corrupt, like you can, save that person. Get on
Yeah.
there and like have a say in it.
Yeah, take a fucking
Um,
risk. You'd go on a game show, so go there and hope you get a murder.
exactly. Yeah, I mean,
You
it
write all your
is.
opinions online anyway. You can have one today. Don't worry about it. Who are you to judge? Oh, I don't know Facebook.net, Nancy. I see
Uh,
you're judging just fine. I was on the jury, not on the jury. I showed up to jury duty. I wasn't picked, but
mm,
I only did it once, and I didn't necessarily know how it works. But I do see other people there did, and they have their feet up on another chair as they're waiting. They're reading. They're
hmm
sleeping. To me, it was a job interview, and I'm sitting straight up. I'm not wearing the cut off sleeves I always wear, and I'm like, oh,
hmm
I'm ready. And I remember like they handed me some kind of paper, some officer of the court, and I look him in the eyes like, huh? Me and you, we
hmm
got this. You'll see,
hmm
right? I'm a
hmm
normal. I can do this. Okay, yeah. No one give a fuck. I ended up not being picked, but
Right.
my
Yeah.
girlfriend said they'll look up, your podcast, and that'll be the end of that. Anyways, but
Yeah, I mean
y-
it is like you never know. Like I was on I don't have a serious job. Like I have insane opinions online that are visible to everyone. But like the first day I showed up for my last jury, I dressed as a farmer. Like I wore overalls and a big hat and a flannel shirt underneath it because I was like, no matter what, if I get picked, I want to get a picture of me in the courthouse wearing my farmer outfit so that I can be a very deep cut 30 Rock reference for the rural juror. Do you
right?
remember
Hey,
that? Did you watch 30 Rock at all?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
vaguely
so
remember. Yeah.
yeah, it was the like fake movie that Jenna was in. She
Mm.
was the rural juror, and it was just so ridiculous to say. But I was like, I
Right.
wanted to go dressed as a farmer to jury duty, and
I'm
you
picturing the
can do
pitchfork
that.
and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like if they would have let me, they wouldn't let me bring a fork in there. To the
Right.
they like I went through with like my lunch one day, and they're like, you're not allowed to bring a metal fork into here in case you want to stab the judge or something.
Do you role play in private? Do you dress up in bed?
You'd think I would, right?
Right.
That's. I mean, you do have to spice it up.
She also has to find a line somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Where did you have your honeymoon?
We went to Australia.
Okay, mate.
Have you been?
I've been to Sydney, yeah, and
Oh,
I
nice.
loved it.
Oh yeah, it's great. It is a weird like bizarro America in a way. Like it's like everything. Like I describe it in the album as well as this. Like it's like um like it's a Mad Max movie written by Dr. Seuss, where
Okay,
it's like they everything is like kind of like American, but like a little bit weirder, like in a Dr. Seuss way, and way scarier. So there's like spiders the size of your hand that are
right.
just like hanging out outside your hotel room or whatever. And like they call everything like a slightly different version because like their language, all their like the Simpsons made fun of this, which was like the guy's like, "Oh, what's that thing?" It's like it's a bullfrog. No, it's a Chazawazza or whatever. It's like so we kept making up our own. Like it's like my wife and I would get a sandwich. It's like, "Oh, do you want to get a bready bunga?" Like
I
that's
I
just
I have a friend, Spooky, for those who know, those in the know, and he moved to Australia some years ago. And yeah, he throws out the wobbly blanc sometimes. I'm like, what'd you just
Yeah.
say? He's like, oh, sorry, pizza. You know,
Yeah, they're like they have insane nicknames for everything. And it's like crazy. Like the animals they have there is like a full different, you know, planet of evolution. You know, like the only marsupials, the fact that something could be in a pouch or whatever is just Australia. Like that's how
right.
crazy, that's how distinct their animals are.
And what a fucking racket, by the way. When you
Yeah.
go to pet the kangaroos, they go, here, $1 a bag, you can feed them. I'm like, don't you have to feed them? What a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
racket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do
Mm-hmm.
I give them medicine too for $5?
All of a sudden you have to box for it. Like they start punching you in the face. They're wearing
Right.
boxing gloves. Ugh.
Who did I just hear? Someone was talking about the koalas. You know what? I think it was Mateo Lane's special. But anyway,
Mm,
he's like they always say the koalas have chlamydia. And it's like, well, I'm not
mm,
fucking them. I'm just taking a picture. They're holding a branch. Oh
yeah.
well. You mentioned that somebody told you, oh, is she bringing lingerie? And you're like, oh, I hope so. Do you think we can do it? 2 weeks. I hope we can
Uh,
have sex a couple times.
yeah, no, you know.
I had noticed this, I think, in the album, and it was audio only for me. Is it video
Mhm.
or an audio or just audio?
I'll be releasing like short clips
Okay,
of the album on video like on Instagram and stuff like that. I don't think I'll cut it into a full length feature video thing.
okay. You were talking in the special specifically about uh like God, like, oh, you said that, yeah, are we gonna still have sex after marriage? You make a joke, and like,
Hmm.
before, when, at the beginning of a relationship, it's extra, it's spicy, it's new. God's watching and he's angry. There's this guy in the audience for the next couple jokes, I think, that was like, oh, like there was a laughter in it, but he was like, we're going there. Oh
Oh,
shit, we're talking about God watching you have sex. And he's like,
yeah.
but so God's disgusted with you. But then after you get married, God's watching. He's like, nice, my favorite position, missionary. And the guy goes, oh, I bet you it is like God kind of does that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah, I
think I
took it.
want
I loved
the
it.
most important thing you can learn from an album or live comedy show of mine is that God is watching you have sex. He's a fucking pervert.
He's a fucking pervert. I'd say, you know what? Sometimes I've done this. I'll be in a strip club, get my dance, go to the bathroom. Some of these strip clubs are private bathrooms, and
Mm.
and I'd whack off there. One specifically, the Hustler Club has a big mirror on the side of the bathroom. I still whacked off, but I looked in the mirror like, I see you, giving the eyes again, like it did the juryman. I'm like,
Wow.
I don't. What are you gonna do? I'll sue you, you fucking pervert.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I have sex, though. I look at
And
God. I'm like, I see you.
do you put like you know how like you can put like a little a mirror with like drawing like a little mustache on it or whatever like that?
Uh,
Do you do a version of God with you with like a curly wig or something like that, a long flowing robe, where you can just like whack off and with
I
God version of
see.
yourself looking back at you?
I was picturing being in front of this thing I'm pretending is a two-way mirror, and I draw a mustache on that, and then
Oh,
put
okay.
my face to match that, and just start
Yeah, yeah.
whacking it.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
where
yeah, you could.
you can post that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't fucking get me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, this is a very good album. You proud of it? You pleased? You nervous?
Yeah, I mean all of the above. Of
Right.
course, you want your album to do well, but like I had a lot of fun performing it, writing it. It's it's the new evolution of my comedy act. I talk about all the hits, getting married, genocide, my,
You go,
it's great.
Israel, Palestine, and pick a side, and don't say all the innocent people on both sides. That's not a fucking answer.
That's cheating, is what it
That's
is. You
cheating.
can't just advocate for human life. You have to choose sides in a pointless battle.
You brought up, speaking of transgender, you brought up, it seems to be all these religious people that are against somebody saying that they're trans. It's like, what the fuck is the deal with God? That's the ultimate they them.
Right?
I'm a
Yeah,
three and one, and one of us came from a woman that never had sex or
mm-hmm,
science had a
mm-hmm.
baby. But okay, that's fine. That's every Sunday. All right. Picturing him like in a restaurant. They go table for one, and God just laughs.
Yeah.
I noticed this on Twitter, now X. Your last post
Mm.
was November 2024. Now, of
Hmm.
course, the end of October. It's like a year later, October
Yeah.
25. It seems today was my last day on this app. So long, Stinktown. Now, I assume that means X is a fucking cesspool. What am I reading when I read this?
Yeah, I basically didn't want to give Elon any more traffic on his website that he could use to like sell it for any amount once
Right.
he's ready to. I and it was also like a way worse version. I'm sure you've experienced this on there. It's like it used to be fun in the 2010s. Like you'd make jokes, you'd
Yeah,
like, you'd get into it. Like even like the political discourse was more news generated rather than just conspiracies and arguments with
I agree
people.
with that. I agree with that 100%. I wonder if there's also there's something that Elon, he had Twitter had all the attention because of Twitter. That cute little fucking bird, that light blue color. There's something to
Hmm.
all of it. And you changed that logo, which is what you paid for, quite frankly. And
Right.
you made an evil looking X, like
Yeah.
from Planet Death.
Yeah.
I think that adds to it too.
Yeah, like that would be like the logo of the Death Star,
Yes. Yes.
basically. It's so like transparently evil and like awful. And so yeah, he ruined that website. I'm on the other ones, I guess, which aren't that much better. Like I mean, I'm on Threads and Blue Sky or whatever on Instagram.
Okay.
Like not that I'm at least more comfortable posting comedy on, Meta's platforms, Instagram and Threads. And Threads is a little bit m more like what Twitter used to be in the 2010s,
Okay.
where it was just like, there's jokes, they can, get shared and stuff, and you don't feel like you're about to get stampeded by Nazis. Excuse me, white nationalists.
Right,
I
right.
gotta, you know, correct my language in front of them.
Oh, one thing, it's yeah, it gets so weird and politically like, I don't want to know I live in this world.
Hmm.
First of all, Bruce Springsteen hates mustard, which reminds me, January 6th was an inside job with the federal government. Okay, all right.
Oh, Keith, I heard you saw the new Springsteen movie.
Yeah, not a fan. It,
Whoa! But he was
I,
the guy from The Bear. Did he not put a
oh,
little
you know what? He
spicy?
brought that character over.
Did he really?
Well, he's a mumbler. He doesn't know how to share his thoughts. He has depression.
Oh,
He
yeah.
he takes a bite of food, and if it's not perfect, he spits it in the garbage. There's,
Because I don't know if you knew
yeah,
this, but cooking, it's made from family trauma. Like
it's made
that's
from family.
that.
Yeah, and they showed that the dad hit him around a little bit, and I'm not
Mhm.
downplaying it at all, but it doesn't look like what you'd picture would be the stuff of a movie. But he's mean to him and his mom growing up, and this album, for whatever fucking reason, is supposed to represent him finally dealing with that pain.
I see. That does sound a little bit like The Bear, actually. Like, I don't know if
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
there's
like
his mom. Yeah.
right, yeah. So like my take on The Bear is that like as much as I don't love everything about it, I will say it's very innovative the way that it was shot from so far up its own ass.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it's so into itself where it's just like, oh yeah, look at this art we're creating about chefs who have a mean mom.
Right.
It's like, can you fucking
Right.
believe that this rose bloomed from this pile of shit?
Right.
And like, that's kind of what the Springsteen movie's like.
There's a woman in the movie, the Bruce Springsteen. He just got off tour from his last album. He's semi-famous. And
Hmm.
then he does the album Nebraska. That's what this is about. I don't need it being recorded in real fucking time. I heard the album to prepare for the movie. Okay, you don't gotta sing it to me the whole
Right.
fucking thing, and then go through the process of he recorded it in his bedroom by himself on a shitty cassette recorder, and then they have to figure out how to transfer that if they want to keep it exactly as is on ironically more powerful machines that can't be able to do that. I don't need that in real time. Like he'd be writing down, things that are going to be on Born in the USA,
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
on Fire. All the hits are really from the next album. But he was making them both these songs at the same time, and he writes on a piece of paper, double album. And I just look at my girlfriend. I'm like, Nope, it won't be. We know these fucking answers. The record gets made. I don't want to put out this folk sounding music, says CBS. And I'm like, but you will. We all
Listen,
know you will. So let's get to that.
Keith, before you say there's not a double album, I think you need to say hashtag spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, there's a woman in this movie that even though he's kind of not into the fame or whatever, he can't help himself, and he's got to perform at the Packed Stone Pony regularly. And he meets a girl there, and then he goes to kiss her, and she's implying because she has a kid, she's like, I can't just fall into in love with regular relationships. It's one fucking one kiss, excuse me. It's one kiss, and when she kisses him once, and then goes to kiss him again, and goes, yeah, I'm making a big mistake. And it's like, okay, but it's just a kiss.
Yeah.
But I did say the other day, maybe his kisses are like, all sweaty and 4 hours long and it's really fucking
Mm-hmm.
intense. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's extra. Then I find out the next day, just scrolling, this woman isn't even a woman. Like he goes, oh, I'm depressed again. I'm gonna go to LA and leave you. That's the end of your fucking story. Like whenever at the end you go,
Mm.
Nebraska reached charts at number 3. The album after that, Born in the USA, was a fucking global phenomenon. That's the end. I'm like, how about that woman? Is she happy? Well,
Yeah.
she had kind of busted teeth in this movie, and I picture Bruce Springsteen going, no, her teeth were more busted. You know what I mean? Everybody else is an actor plays them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I found out the woman wasn't even real. The kid wasn't real. It's supposed to be,
It's a
different chicks
metaphor.
together
Yeah. Oh, he's
as
like, yeah.
a conglomeration of
Ye-
it's a thing of one person is representing all these different things. I'm like, how much time, how many women was he seeing, and did he run out on all of them and not explain themselves and just stop picking up
Yeah.
the phone, and now it's one woman? I don't like that it's a 2 hour fucking movie and you made up a major character.
I hate that when they do that because like when you learn the truth about it, there's all those like articles where I was like, oh, here's what
Right.
happened in the real life version of it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it wasn't just one single mother whose life he ruined. It was actually a dozen.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh,
Right.
that's way worse.
Right. There's not
Like,
like, yeah, he was kind to the kid. Like there's not
yeah,
really good things that
yeah. It's
I got
making
out of that.
me
You're just an asshole. You were an asshole, and this is your way
right.
of apologizing to, I guess, a bunch of women within one
Yeah,
year. It was one recording. It was a couple months. It was one album, and
yeah.
he recorded that album in one day.
Damn.
Yeah, just the process took a long time. So he recorded that album faster than the movie was over.
Did you see the Bob Dylan movie?
I see them all. I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
He's just
No, I like
another
it.
pretentious genius. And if
Yeah.
Bob Dylan had say in that
He's
movie, and it's like, you look like an asshole, Bob.
Yeah, like I just like the only thing I knew about him, like really, was just like, oh, he's just like a really good songwriter. And
Right.
then, but on seeing the movie, I was like, oh, but also he was a bit of an asshole.
You don't want to know any of these people in real life, is the
No,
lesson.
yeah. Like very few biopics was like, oh, you know what? I would hang out with that
Yeah.
monster who's cheating on his wife or
And I
and
want to hear the negative things. That makes something compelling, but it's always the same thing, at least with these
hmm
musician movies,
hmm
that they don't it's understood they have some kind of weird depression, but maybe it's impossible to explain somebody's specific depression. But
right.
they don't explain it well at all. All of a sudden they become withdrawn and an
hmm
asshole, and they probably ghost you. And
hmm
you're just like, he had to go through a lot, but that's the price of being looking at the watchtower.
I love that like they made him look like such a victim for experiencing like 10 minutes of feedback, like bad reviews from those like crunchy folk song anti
Yeah.
electric guitar people. It's like, oh, he only got a mixed result for the 3 songs he played at one festival. Could you believe he went on to have the most success he's ever had
Right.
after that?
And that haunts him still, where he fucks us now. I saw him live
Yeah.
not too long ago, and most people were a lot older in that crowd. Me and them didn't know a single song he was ever fucking playing until like we because he mumbles and he changes it, and
Right.
he thinks it's fucking clever. No one was enjoying it, and it's obviously for some reason a fuck you to us, as if we wrote the critic report. And you're like, oh, I think this is. Oh, did he say gather around all you people? Oh, this is the Watchmen song or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. You know what? I don't like any of these now that I think about it. Even Queen, that movie sucked. But it's like you brought up when you find out later something wasn't real. It's like, well, why? It's not like it wouldn't have changed the story if you told me um how Freddie Mercury became the singer. But in the movie you lied. Like
Hmm.
you didn't need to change that part of the story and it wouldn't have taken up any more time.
Hmm.
In fact, the real story is more interesting. But going Live Aid, you were offered Live Aid right away. You didn't have to lie about that. Yeah. So just these dumb little changes. We know already.
Yeah.
You like mustard or not? Oh well. Jono Zalay, they want to find you online. How do they do it?
Not on Twitter, I'll tell you
Not
that
on Twitter.
much.
Fuck off.
At Jono's Lay on every other social media thing. Jono'sLay.com. I have, my live tour dates. Beat Life to Death is being put out by Blonde Medicine Records. You'll see it on all my socials. I'll be sharing the links. You'll be able to pre-order. Pre-order, I think, is available now. Comes out November 7th. You'll see me on the cover. I'm holding nunchucks on the
Mm,
cover. I'll share the picture with you, Keith, so you
okay.
can post it.
Yeah.
Um,
Why nunchucks? I heard the album.
what's that?
Just because it's beat, or how did nunchucks
Oh
come?
yeah, yeah. It was just and you'll see.
Okay.
It'll make sense when you
Okay.
see the
Okay.
the
Okay.
cover.
Right.
But yeah,
It's
there's
like you're just
nunchucks.
trying to describe
Listen,
the Mona Lisa.
listen. I robbed all of the Ninja Turtles when I was in New York last
Hmm.
week, and I have all their weapons.
All right.
Mom Donnie, come for me, you know? You and Sliwa. Sliwa does look hilarious with his
That
little beret.
it's a shame he's such an asshole because I always loved the idea of the Guardian Angels.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a thing you would want to do other than if you have a right-wing nut job in charge of it.
Right. Right.
Uh, who looks like he's about to fight Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right. Right. He looks like a Street Fighter 2 character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do your parents ever somehow sometimes, well, your dad passed away, right?
He did.
He passed away soon after your album, which you talk about him on the album, and it's funny, it's not mean-spirited. But did you feel a certain way? Did he get to hear the album?
Yeah, so he went in for bypass surgery like 2 days after I recorded it, and he passed away 2 months after that. But as he was in the hospital, I was able to play him the tracks that I was you know recorded about him, his stories about him being a substitute teacher and getting in a fight with some neighbors about some
Right.
bullshit. And he was able to hear the jokes I made about him, and they're the strongest part of my album. Like whenever I perform live, everyone loves the stories I tell
Okay.
about my dad, and I don't have to embellish them at all. Like they're all true, like stories about him, getting in fights with other teachers, like not like physical, but like
Right.
like
But like, no, I
shoot,
didn't
shoot.
give this kid a fucking hall pass to go to the bathroom. In fact, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
going to do it for the next. I just sent three
yeah, yeah,
kids out there loose. Fuck you.
yeah. So he was just, an ungovernable curmudgeon who we loved, and he like, was it thankfully he was at peace with his life. He was at war with society the entire time, which,
Right.
is what the stories are about. Like he was, uh really, a good dude who, and like he was, lived a good life, and we're, glad I got to show him the album before he passed away.
How'd he pass?
It was the complications from bypass
Oh,
surgery.
okay.
So
Damn.
he never recovered.
But
I
he
mean, he
was.
was unhealthy. He was unhealthy. Like he had diabetes and heart disease and yeah, all sorts of stuff.
We mentioned the fake teeth in
Oh yeah.
on the driver's license.
Yeah, yeah.
Was he missing teeth?
He was. He was missing like 5 or 6 teeth because like he lost them all in the last year. And like, not even I don't even know if it's from diabetes. I assumed it was from diabetes. I
Okay.
asked him, I was like, "Oh, is this from do teeth fall out from diabetes?" He's like, "No, I just won't stop eating corn nuts." And
Huh.
so like the corn nuts are just so hard on your teeth if you're old. So he loved snacks and refused to change. And that's one of the reasons he's dead, but also one of the reasons I love him.
I kind of think Alzheimer's related, but my mom loved frozen blueberries, and she would eat them and then be like, "Oh, that hurts," and she'd keep eating them. We're like, "We
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
stop
yeah.
fucking eating them."
Oh man, so one of my dad's favorite foods was chili dogs from Wiener Schnitzel. Like not
Okay.
even just like artisan chili dog, just like the very basic drive-through chili dog. So for his like funeral, his like celebration of life, we wanted to get like the thing catered to like have a bunch of chili dogs for everyone to celebrate him. And like the Wiener Schnitzel thought we were like pulling a prank on them.
Mm,
They're like, "Oh yeah, you want 100 chili dogs for a formal event?" Like like
right.
they made basically made us pay in cash. So it was just like
Okay.
it was like, oh yeah, sure you want to pre-order a full
And they're like, we
uh
got paid and the tip was paid ahead of time, but just
yeah
still look for
yeah
cameras when you deliver the
yeah
food.
like this is a big prank.
Right.
But yeah, we got to have chili dogs at his funeral.
Did you think about dressing him up? Facial hair, whatever.
We thought about he did get cremated, so that would have been tough. Or
Okay.
maybe easy enough. You take the ashes and you put him in a little painting or something.
Just put a fake mustache on the urn is funny.
Yeah, that would have been good.
He's
I
still
don't.
with us. It's never too late. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of that. He was pretty lucid at the end, though. It sounds like
Yeah,
later.
yeah. He was there still there mentally. He just like couldn't recover physically. So it was good. It was a good opportunity to say goodbye to him. Like which, it was as good of a send out as you could have. Like being able to say goodbye to everyone, say everything you need to be said, and then
And he got
uh
to meet your wife, of course.
yes, yeah, yeah. I mean he married us. Like he's in that picture of the cop breaking up our
Right.
wedding.
That's right. That's right. Of
Yeah.
course. Of course. Did they, when he was around, or your mom now, were they ever passive aggressive with your wife or girlfriend to try to get you back into neuroscience? Like, hey, here's a happy anniversary. Here's a rat. Just play around, see what happens, see what feelings.
I met a guy in the neighborhood. He's dealing drugs. Maybe you can talk to him.
Are they made peace with you decided, hey, yes, I'm a fucking genius, but I'm gonna
I
tell
mean, I still
jokes.
got to hear about it from my mom. My dad was always a big like fan of me doing whatever the hell I wanted, which is what he
Right.
did his whole life. And so he was like, "Yeah, I like that you're doing comedy." My mom is fine with it. Like she is technically supportive, but she definitely like will say like, "Hey, I heard there's a new neuroscience institute in San Diego. If you want to
Right, right.
move back to your city and do science." Or like the most insulting thing is, or not like super insulting, but like she'll write a Christmas card every year as parents do, like there's like, oh,
Mhm.
here's a picture of us and some life updates. And she'll say like, and Jono is a scientist in Los Angeles. I was like, well, I do have a
Aha.
science degree in Los Angeles. I am not doing science.
Right.
I'm just happen to have studied science 10 years ago.
My dad, when he did my mom's obituary,
Hmm.
and by the way, that's in the dad emails book, keithandthegirl.com/dad emails. Somebody just emailed me today about it, making them feel better about their family. That's fun. Anyways, my dad wrote my mom's obituary, and it's fucking ridiculous. But then in it, he talks what the kids are doing, and it's really to brag about us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
It's
The parent
to
brag.
him. It's not even like my mom did a good job. But
Yeah.
anyway, and then he lists each person. There's five of us, and what they do for a living. And I run my own business. Okay, Dad. Okay.
Listen, perhaps he doesn't know how big podcasts are. It's the whole new media. You're basically the mainstream media now.
Right.
You're a media mogul. Run your own business. How dare he?
My son Ken is a naval officer, and he's like, I work on computers. That was 20 years ago. Come on now. Oh well. Oh,
That's
parents, they're the
funny.
best. I gotta call my dad later. I do love him.
Yeah.
KeithandTheGirl.com/dad book. Take a look at that. I think you'll dig it. It's the craziest fucking story. It of course is my dad, after I got divorced, started hitting on my ex-wife. I then pretended I was my ex-wife, catfished my dad, and the next thing you know, we're caught fucking each other in a hotel room. You'll see everything right there. Jono, thank you so much for your time. It's great catching up, and we'll do this sooner rather than later next time.
All right. Good talking to you, Keith.
Love you.